I read 4 titles in June and finished only one of them, which is on brand, honestly, and my favorite of all time is one I didn't finish at all. I'll start with the fun reads and then work my way to the ones that I can't stop thinking about. Starting with the late great Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball. Going into it, I knew there wasn't going to be any Super Saiyan aliens early on. That was clearly all in Z and later. What I did not expect was to actually laugh. I think reading Bacterian versus Krillin is a core memory for me now. There was always something happening that I didn't expect, and it's been quite a while since I felt that way about a fight in Dragon Ball. Like, I expected the farting, you know, cause he stinks, but never in my life was I expecting for him to scratch his balls and attack Krillin with that. Like, what? I really liked the start of the story since I never started with Dragon Ball, so my introduction to some of these characters were super late on, pun intended. So it was fun seeing what these characters were meant to be in the beginning. Now I'm only on the first World Martial Arts tournament, but I'm excited to read this all the way through. Most excited to meet Korin, because I felt like I never understood his purpose from the later series, but what I do understand is the greatness of Kagurabachi. I was there when Kagurabachi was being called the greatest of all time with no chapters. I kid you not, I have the first printing of the very first volume in Japanese, but I unfortunately never read it, and now I'm missing out on what's being called the best current manga. But that's okay because it's never too late to start anything. And in June, I finally read the first volume, just the first one because that was all I had, but don't worry, I ordered the rest. So far, I really liked the relationship that was built with Chihiro and his father, which is good because that makes me care about the main storyline of the sword. I don't want to summarize at all because this is a series that must be read to be experienced. Of course, I'm hoping the anime is amazing so that can be the best way to experience this. Again, I'm not far into the series, but the art and story from a debuting mangaka is extremely promising. Now, many moons ago, I started JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I adored every part, each one more than the last, but I didn't think this one was going to be the best. Steel Ball Run, or SBR, was the first time I came into a part or series in general with high expectations and for the series to surpass them. I always liked how different JoJo parts were essentially different genres, and I didn't expect a Western to be my favorite. The race structure gives this arc forward momentum by design. Everything felt like progression that would happen if the president was evil and power hungry. Wait. Johnny Joestar is my favorite Joestar. He's not the character with the most aura, but he's deeply compelling. And Gyro might just be the best Joe Bro Araki has ever written. I know there's part 8 and part 9, but I don't see them taking over this spot. My absolute favorite moments though were the slow moments of Johnny and Gyro together. I'll probably end up making a dedicated video on SBR, but even though I finished it satisfied, like genuinely satisfied, I kept thinking about the series I was going to read next. I don't even know where to begin with Real. The art is staggering. Inoue's figure work captures bodies in motion with the precision that just makes me stop every so often to just admire it. I feel like Real is underrated because I don't hear the same noise about it as I do with Vagabond or Slam Dunk, but so far I think it should be in some combos. But it also is not finished, so I'm not trying to let my emotion be fact here. 3 men navigating disability and failure in a way that feels real. Pun intended again. I love the panel by Nomiya, which that's how I say his name, saying he wants to be a better person. And if you keep reading, you see how he struggles to be that better person. Because in reality, changing who you are isn't a straight easy path, but a path that winds and has setbacks. It never happens overnight, and I love seeing that struggle. That no matter if he does mess up, he keeps on trying. In conclusion, read Real. Read all of them if you can, actually, because they're all amazing. But if you could only read one, it should be Real. And that's Real.